Text, Disability Law Center, Your Rights Matter. Assistance Animals in Housing. This presentation is general information and is not legal advice. Only an attorney can give you legal advice to help with a specific problem or answer a specific question. The DLC has attorneys on staff, so if you would like questions answered about certain situations, give us a call.
The Disability Law Center is the protection and advocacy agency for the state of Utah. The DLC assists people with disabilities with a variety of issues. The DLC also has a fair housing program to address discrimination in housing, which is available to people who belong to all protected classes, not just people with disabilities.
Text, Nate Cripps, DLC staff attorney.
The Fair Housing Act allows a person with a disability who has an assistance animal to have their animal in housing. Assistance animal is a broad term that includes animals such as service, comfort, and emotional support animals.
A man walks a dog. They enter a building.
Assistance animals are for use in housing situations. The type of animal is not specified, and the animal does not require specialized training.
If you have an assistance animal, you may request an accommodation for your animal from your housing provider. Your housing provider may ask you for verification of your disability, information that describes the needed accommodation, and information that shows the relationship between your disability and the need for the requested accommodation.
A dog lies in a dog bed next to a man at a desk.
Landlords or housing providers should not charge you a pet deposit or fee for your assistance animal. However, housing providers may require that the animal is licensed and has received its inoculations if local laws, usually a county ordinance, require it.
A person shows a dog toy to a dog with a wagging tail.
If you have an assistance animal, you will also need to clean up after your animal and have your animal under your control at all times. If an animal's behavior violates a term of the lease, such as disturbing neighbors, threatening neighbors, tenant not cleaning up after animal, then a housing provider can issue lease/rule violations against the tenant, which may lead to eviction.
The dog jumps over the man at a park.
To make a request for an accommodation for an assistance animal, a resident must ask for an accommodation. The request can be made in any manner or at any time. The request can be made verbally. However, writing is always preferred. The request can be made by the individual, or it can be made by a representative acting on the individual's behalf, such as a family member or caseworker.
A basic request for an assistance animal accommodation should include a number of things. For a written statement, include your address and the date. Identify yourself as a person with a disability. Include a statement requesting to have your assistance animal allowed, and your signature.
If you or someone you know has experienced housing discrimination or you would like more information about fair housing, you can contact the Disability Law Center by calling 1-800-662-9080, emailing us at fairhousing@disabilitylawcenter.org, or by visiting our website www.disabilitylawcenter.org.
Text Utah Relay number 711 at sorensonvrs.com.
You may also contact UALD by calling 801-530-6800 or the HUD Regional Office by calling 1-800-877-7353 to file a complaint on your own.
Text, HUD website, https://www.hud.gov/ Equal Housing Opportunity, Disability Law Center, Your Rights Matter. The work that provided the basis for this publication was supported, in part by funding under a grant awarded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The substance and findings of the work are dedicated to the public. The authors and publisher are solely responsible for the accuracy of the statements and interpretations contained in this publication. The Federal Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, sex, national origin, familial status, religion, or disability. Utah law also prohibits discrimination based on source of income in the rental, purchase, and sale of real property. The publication was funded in part by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Center for Mental Health Services, the U.S. Department of Education, and the Social Security Administration. The contents of this publication are the sole responsibility of the authors and do not represent the official views of these agencies.